Dylan Pitts, and I'm a freshman at Texas State University. I used to go to McMillan Junior High School, and I currently major in finance.
Well, thank you, Dylan, for being with us today. And what we're doing, we're giving our Marauders a chance to see former Marauders and just ask you guys some questions about college. And I used to be a teacher and a coach here before, an assistant principal. And Dylan, I didn't have Dylan in class, but I had him in athletics. And he was just a great all around kid. And he's going to have a lot of really good advice for you guys and a lot of good information that you can take from this. So, Dylan, I know you talked about what your major is. Go in a little more in detail about that and explain it to us.
So, actually, whenever I first went into college, I had a completely different major. I think it was psychology or something like that. But as I went through and looked at what I would want to do after college, I realized finance kind of fit what I wanted to do better. But I'm just out of my first semester in college, and I've already switched my major 3 times. So it shows that, I mean, you can really figure out what you want to do. You don't really have to have a set major until probably your junior year, because that's when you start doing internships and stuff like that. So there's a lot of choice, and a lot of people stress out before they go into college about their major. But I mean, you can change it throughout college. All you have to do is talk to an advisor and get it changed real quick, simple, easy, and then you're good. So yeah.
Well, I want you to put on your memory and your thinking hat. Think back to when you're an 8th grader or a 7th grader at McMillan Junior High. What is one of your best memories, or what did you like most about McMillan when you were here?
Ooh. Okay. I would say that my top 2 memories are sitting in the cafeteria before we had to go to class in the morning, because that was whenever everybody would be at school, and it would just be like a mosh pit of people, and it was very fun because you got to talk to every single one of your friends. Or during basketball season, when we'd be watching the other team's games, and we'd get so excited on the sideline, and it's just a good atmosphere. It's good memories and having fun with your friends.
Now, I didn't say this a second ago, but you actually are related to someone here at McMillan Junior High. Why don't you tell everybody who you're related to?
Yeah, Coach Pitts, Coach Troy Pitts. If you want to go give him a hard time about it, please do. Make his life difficult.
And Coach Pitts is Dylan's dad, so I'm sure Coach Pitts talks a lot about you in class, but those of you didn't know that your dad works here at McMillan. Well, so far, Dylan, your experience in college, what do you like best about college so far? And I know with COVID-19, everything's probably a little bit different, a different experience than you probably were expecting. But so far, what do you like best about college?
So this thing is, I like the freedom of college, but at the same time, it also makes it more difficult, because with the freedom, obviously you get to do what you want when you want to do it. You can sleep whenever you want or anything like that. But at the same time, it also puts more responsibility for you to take care of your stuff, because you don't have your parents there nagging you, or you don't have your teachers there nagging you every day to try and get your stuff done. So I would say definitely the freedom of college is the biggest difference and probably my favorite thing about it.
Yeah, it's definitely different going from high school to college, and you do have to have a lot of responsibility to make that work when you get there, because you do have a lot of freedoms, but at the same time, you still have to be responsible and make sure you're taking care of the things you need to take care of.
Yeah.
Well, think back to the first part of your freshman year as you're just starting to get started. What do you think the most challenging thing was starting off as a freshman in college?
Oh. Coming from high school, where I was the biggest procrastinator ever, I would do things last minute. I'd turn them in as it turned to 11:59 and stuff like that. And that doesn't fly in college, because in the classes that I've had, either the assignments are too long to where you can't put them off to the last day and still finish them with good work, or in some of my classes, they assign 6, 7, 8 assignments due on the same exact day, but they'll give you the full week to work on it and just assign all those assignments due on the same day. And it makes you have to be proactive if you actually want to get stuff done, or else you end up with a bunch of zeros for not turning stuff in on time.
Yeah, so really learning for our junior high kids, a lot of our junior high kids are not procrastinators and they're really on top of it. But, just like anywhere else, we have some as well. So students start thinking about that, doing things on time, just getting a good habit of doing it. Dylan, talk to us about, are you involved in any extracurricular activities or sports or anything like that in college?
Yeah, I run a track and cross country for the team. And it whenever you are in high school and you're doing sports, or middle school and doing sports, a lot of the stuff is for fun and like any extracurricular stuff. But I think once you get to college, you realize how serious people are about that stuff and how serious it gets. Because in high school, or even middle school, I would mess around all day, go to practice, wouldn't really take sleep schedule, eating, anything like that seriously. But as soon as I got to college, it hit me how much things change. Like, they have a set schedule for everything. They have logs that you have to write down how you feel in them. They have set times that you need to go to the trainers and stuff. So they put you on a schedule to succeed, but it's still on your own to be dedicated enough to do that. So like in a day, I'll go 6 a.m. I have practice. After that, we'll go to weight room. Then at 1 p.m., we'll go to I have to go to the trainer and get treatment. And then at 3, I've got to go to a team meeting where we discuss different things. And then every once in a while, they'll bring us meals at night. But the level of intensity that it picks up as you go up, because even from middle school to high school, it's a big jump in the intensity of training and the schedules that they put you on. And it tests your dedication to what you do. And then that applies to anything. It could be debate, it could be chess, gaming, athletics, studying, anything like that. Anything that you do it just keeps going up in intensity, and the level that you have to focus goes up so much, because you're not just going against the people in your district or the people in your region. You're competing with people nationally and even internationally for these same things that you were doing before. So it's just a different level of stuff.
And that's some really good comments and some really good advice. Well, one other question for you. What would you tell our 7th and 8th graders as they start getting into high school and really start thinking about college? What advice would you give them? Maybe something you would have done differently, or something they can do that you think may help a junior high student going into high school to get ready for college?
Okay. So when it comes to work, I would say you need to realize that middle school and high school and even elementary school are a privilege, because the teachers care so much about your grades and they'll pester you. In college, I'm not going to say they don't care, but if you fail, the professor's still going to make his money. He's still going to have his job. He's still going to do everything. So at the end of the day, they don't mind as much about you failing their class. Like, they expect you to give the effort if you want to pass their class. They're not going to give you extended dates and all this stuff. And that was something I had to find out in my first year of college, and it's not something that's good to find out in your first year of college. Other than that, I would say go to a college. I know that a lot of the time parents have a big influence on where they want their kids to go, but at the end of the day, you have to go where you're going to be happy. And as long as you're happy, your parents will be happy for you. They might not be happy, it's not the choice they wanted, but as long as you pick somewhere that you're going to enjoy, then at the end of the day, all colleges give you an education. They'll all give you that piece of paper when you graduate, but you can't replace the memories that you would get from a place that you were happy at versus a place that you aren't happy at.
All right, Dylan, well, that's some great advice. Well, I appreciate you talking with our kids, and I know they're going to really appreciate it, and they'll think it's pretty cool. They also got to see Coach Pitts' son and talk to us as well. But we appreciate it, man. You're doing great in college, and you made us proud. So good luck, and keep up the good work, buddy.
Yes, sir.